Hey John, you remember that the job we asked you to do is due today, right? Are you going to be able to finish it in time?
I'm sorry. I don't think I could do it today.
What? And you couldn't tell me that sooner? I feel like you have been slacking off a bit recently. I know I'm your wife, and it's easier for you to not take our company too seriously, but we are still your proper client.
One of my important clients suddenly asked me to do something for them, and that messed up my whole schedule.
That has nothing to do with us, though. And you talk about an important client, but our company probably has the longest relationship with you. You have to value each and every job you get equally. You're going to lose credibility if you keep doing this.
I'm sorry. I promise this won't happen again. I will definitely finish it by tomorrow.
Thank you. You have to understand that I'm in a difficult position. I don't want people to think that I'm cutting you slack because we are married. Please remember that.
Yes, I understand. But your boss likes my illustrative work too, right? I mean, it's not just you?
Well, yeah. But that's a different story from you not meeting the deadline.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Is your schedule that tight right now?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I can cook supper for us tonight then.
Are you sure? I mean, it is my turn to cook today.
It's okay. I can do it tonight. I think I can finish a bit early today anyways.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm always relying on you so much.
You don't have to be sorry at all. You would do it for me too, if it were the other way around.
Of course I would, but still. I feel like the amount of work you have to do isn't really fair compared to mine.
Well, you are in a creative field. That requires you to always think about work and use your head even when you are not working. It's not like you have a set time to start and finish your work like I do. Every job is hard in its own way.
I'm so grateful that you chose to be with me, you know? I feel so fortunate to have such an understanding wife supporting me by my side.
What's gotten into you?
Well, actually, there's another reason why my schedule is so tight right now. You know my childhood friend, Rachel?
Yeah? Didn't she move out of state for her husband's work or something?
Yeah, she did. Apparently they're getting a divorce now, and she needed someone to talk to, so we were chatting for a bit.
Is that so? That must be hard on her.
Her husband is unbelievable. Even though he's the one who kept neglecting his family, he lost it completely the moment Rachel started seeing somebody else.
Wait, what? Hold on for a sec. You mean, she was having an affair?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But it's all her husband's fault to begin with. Apparently he's been very cold towards her, and even yelling and screaming at her as well.
That's horrible. But still, she should have waited until they broke up. I understand why she would want to have someone to rely on in such a hard situation, but she couldn't have done something before she decided to have an affair?
She wasn't trying to have an affair, you know. It just happened out of the blue.
I'm sure there are people who would understand and support her like you do, but most people would still see it as an affair and judge her because of that.
I know! Her parents wouldn't even let her stay at their place because of it. Even though Rachel has no one else to turn to, and she's been a housewife forever up until now. Isn't it horrible?
What about the guy she's seeing? I thought he was supporting her through the divorce.
As it turned out, he was also married. Of course Rachel didn't know that.
That is a very messed up situation.
I wish I could do something for her, but so far the only thing I could do is to just be there when she needs someone to talk to. I've known her since we were little kids, and that's all I could do for her when she needs help the most. I feel helpless.
I don't think you need to feel helpless. I'm sure having someone to talk to who's also supportive of her is making a big difference for her. I'm sure you are being a big help.
You think so?
I know so. And she has to be the one who decides her future from now on, so you do what you can do to help her for now.
Okay. I'm sorry to have bothered you like this while you're busy at work.
Don't worry about it. I was on my lunch break anyways. You can concentrate on your work for now. You feel better now that you let that all out of your system, right?
Yeah, I should concentrate. I'll make sure to finish your Cockney's project as soon as possible.
Hey, John. Are you out somewhere? I just came home.
Oh hey, sorry. I'm just on my way home.
Where have you been? You were supposed to be in charge of the supper tonight, but I don't see anything prepared yet.
Yeah. Is it okay if I just pick up some takeout tonight? I'll stop by somewhere on my way home.
When are you going to be home?
I'm not sure. I just left, so it'll take me about 40 minutes or so.
That's pretty late. I can whip up something easy for tonight then.
Really? That's great. Thank you.
Did you have a meeting or something?
No. Rachel asked me to see her, actually.
What? Rachel? She came all the way out here?
She got kicked out right after they submitted the divorce papers.
Is that so?
Hey, Miranda. What do you think of us taking her in for a while?
What? I don't know if I like that idea. I feel like things are going in a weird direction.
She doesn't have anyone else to turn to.
Well, I know, but I hardly know her. I know she's your good friend and she means a lot to you, but I don't mean to sound harsh, but she cheated on her husband and therefore got kicked out, right?
I told you she didn't mean for it to happen.
That doesn't matter. She still did it.
My precious friend is in trouble.
I want to help her. I know you do, but it's one thing if she needs to hide away from a domestic violence husband or something, but she's the one who chose to be in this situation. Even if I agreed to let her stay with us, how long are you thinking?
She just needs some time to rest and heal her wounds, and she wants to look for a job.
Right, but I still can't agree with this idea. I'm sorry. I don't care if you help her out financially using your own money, but I want you to separate that from our joint finances.
I can't believe this. I didn't know that you could be so ruthless.
What? You think I'm being ruthless?
Yeah, aren't you? If you can easily ignore someone who desperately needs help.
You are not really making sense.
Think about it. She's good at house chores. Wouldn't she be a great help for us, since we were both busy working and all?
Well, yeah. We are both working, but you work from home, and you have more free time at home than I do. That's why I ask you to help out with the housework.
You are right. I do have more free time. But I think it'll help me work harder if Rachel came to help things out.
I thought your work isn't too busy right now.
If Rachel could do our house chores, I could feel more motivated to work harder on getting new clients.
Shouldn't you do that despite having Rachel around to begin with?
Well, you know, I have been taking on 70% of the house chores and you're only doing 30%. I always feel like I need to cut back on my workload because of that.
You think I'm only doing 30%? I think I'm doing more than that.
No, that's not true at all. You probably don't realize this because you're busy working outside. There are way more small chores to do than you realize.
Well, if you say so, but that doesn't mean I can agree on letting Rachel stay with us.
Why not? I don't see what the big deal is. It's only for the short term.
It is a big deal, because I know it's not going to be short term, and I didn't say anything about you supporting her personally. I think I'm being very reasonable already.
We all have to help each other out when someone's in trouble.
I would never ask for such a favor from my friend if I were in her shoes, especially not to a married guy friend. I know she's in trouble, but it's a bit hard to understand.
I never thought you could be so heartless.
I never thought we would disagree on things like this either. Anyways, you have to come up with a different solution for her. Like I said, I'm never going to agree to this.
I have an idea if you're going to be that way.
What do you mean?
I think I'm going to stay out a bit longer tonight. I'm worried about Rachel. You could go ahead and eat supper by yourself.
Wait, John, are you planning on staying out for the night?
I don't want to be with someone who doesn't have a heart.
Hey, John, do you mind elaborating on this? Aren't you being too selfish?
You mean about how I brought Rachel home?
We talked about this. I don't want her staying with us.
I can't help it. She has nowhere else to go.
Have you even looked into the details on a woman's shelter? I heard that they help support women in these types of situations.
Why does she have to go to a shelter when she could stay with us? She could never relax in a place like that.
I know she's already here, and I can't suddenly kick her out or anything. But she has to find somewhere else to stay this week. I can't wait longer than that.
How can you say such a horrible thing? Do you realize how badly hurt she is?
I don't know the details of what happened between Rachel and her husband. And yeah, maybe it was her husband's fault like you say. But I still think she put herself in this situation herself. She should have asked for a divorce before she finds someone else. Then her parents wouldn't have cut her off like that.
What's the point of talking about what's already done?
Well, I know you can't change the past, but that doesn't mean you should do something I don't appreciate.
Miranda, have a heart. Rachel and I grew up together, so she's like family. Maybe for other people it seems like she made a bad mistake, but I want to be on her side even in that case.
I get where you're coming from, I really do. But you can't ignore my feelings like this. I'm sorry, but I still can't let her stay with us.
You still don't get it? I would consider getting a divorce if you keep acting this way.
What?
I'm that determined.
Oh, is that so? I didn't think you would bring up a divorce. You can do whatever you like then. But you should probably worry about yourself since you just lost your job.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that there's no reason for my company to give you any more business ever again.
That's oppressive!
Who's being oppressive? Aren't you the one who's threatening divorce to get what you want?
But divorce and work are completely separate matters.
You have to understand that I give work to any illustrator that happens to be available. And I choose you only because you're my husband. Our company can always pick other illustrators to work with. You only got this work because you had me as a connection.
You're threatening me.
It's not like we have a long-term contract or anything. You could try suing us if you'd like, but I doubt you would be able to win.
I only want to help Rachel. I can't just leave her all alone when she's in trouble.
I have been having a difficult time understanding your selfish behaviors anyways. I mean, should there be any other person who's more important than a husband's wife?
Hey, Miranda, are you still not coming home?
Is it Rachel there?
Well, yeah.
It's been a week, as we promised. The fact that you still have her there means you decided to prioritize her, right?
No, that's not the case. I was going to ask her to leave, but she was really down from what she went through, so...
So...
I'm sorry.
Saying sorry doesn't change anything.
Miranda, please. I want you to come home.
What makes you think that I would? In fact, I'm going to come by just to pick up my stuff. One of my colleagues helped me find a new place.
What? A new place?
Yeah, we are getting a divorce, aren't we? I'm going to need a new place to live.
I didn't mean that seriously.
So, you only said it to threaten me? That's even worse. Either way, that really disappointed me and made it easy for me to contemplate divorcing you.
Hold on a second. I don't want to get a divorce.
Do you even understand what's causing the situation we are in right now?
Please, I'll do anything. I will get more clients without completely relying on you. I'll make sure to pay any expenses related to Rachel.
Are you still talking about Rachel?
Well, because if I don't help her, she's...
Well, You can live happily ever after with Rachel then. I will stop by with all the paperwork we need for a divorce within the next few days or so.
No, I don't want to break up.
What? Aren't you the one who brought up divorce to begin with?
I told you I didn't mean it seriously.
That was something you should have never said. I can't stay married to someone who uses the divorce card so lightly, just as a tool to threaten me.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I'm way past the point where I would even consider forgiving you. And are you so blind that you can't even see how Rachel is just using you? What kind of woman cheats on her husband, gets dumped because of that, and also gets dumped by the guy she cheated with, and then asks her married guy friend to take her in after that?
She was just in shock from the divorce.
She's just refusing to take any responsibility for anything she did. Why do I have to provide support for a woman like that? She thinks she can just mooch off of people to survive, even if it means she's breaking up the other family. She wouldn't do that if she had any common sense. She knows that she caused us all these relationship issues and still has the nerve to stay in our house.
Don't say it like that. I'm sure she's just trying her hardest to overcome the situation.
I'm trying my hardest to overcome the situation too. Would you have cared about me more if I showed that I was hurt and heartbroken more obviously like she did? I was trying to work and live my life as per my usual self, but I was hurt.
I'm sorry.
It's too late for any apologies.
Okay, I'm going to ask Rachel to leave. Al will try to keep you away from all her troubles from now on. Does that sound good? Would you forgive me then?
Definitely not. The person I'm upset about the most is not Rachel. It's you.
I promise to listen to you about everything from now on. Please don't abandon me. How am I supposed to live without you?
I thought you said you were going to work harder to earn more? You can work hard and make enough money to provide for Rachel. Also, we always said we would both do the house chores equally, but I always have had to do more. Even for your job, you can never meet the deadlines and always ask me for help in the end. I have always supported you because you're my husband. But this was asking way too much, even for you.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure Rachel leaves. Miranda, I'm really sorry. I was taking you for granted. I was getting too selfish and wasn't thinking about you at all.
Too little, too late. I can't forgive you even if I wanted to, because apparently I don't even have a heart, right? You'll have to excuse me on that.
You're not heartless. You always cared for and thought about me.
You do remember you're the one who said those things to me, right? But I think you were the real heartless one here, because you chose to care more about another woman rather than someone who supported you by your side all these years. After that, I was able to divorce him. My ex-husband kept fighting for a while to try to avoid divorce. But in the end, he wasn't able to make Rachel leave and realized he had no right to fight the divorce as a result. He also had to give up his job as a freelancer and start working for some company to pay for the rent. He was just barely making ends meet, and apparently, he wasn't happy with Rachel for not doing anything all day at home, and they kept fighting with each other. In the end, Rachel met somebody else and left him. He finally realized who Rachel truly is after that, and he told her parents about the whole situation and where she is right now. Apparently, he completely cut off any relationship he had with her and regrets everything. I found out all of this from a letter he wrote me through our lawyers. But the only thing I thought after reading his letter was how stupid he is. I don't regret anything. It's nothing to do with me, even if he is regretting everything he did. I don't think we will ever get back together ever again. Since we got divorced, I was able to focus more on my work, and I'm really enjoying my single life. And my life got so much easier as well. John claimed that he was doing more house chores, but it was obvious that I was taking on more. I always had to deal with all the dishes and the laundry that he left out every night after I came home from work. But now that I'm alone, I only have to take care of myself, and I don't feel any unnecessary stress. And yes, maybe Rachel triggered this, but I feel like we would have broken up sooner or later anyways. I had chosen to support him and his career, but I learned that there is a limit to that. I don't have any time or space to heal my wound like Rachel did, but I have my family, friends, and coworkers who care about me. I will work hard for my career and remember to spoil myself from time to time, and completely forget about this nightmare and move on to find my own happiness again.